right here in Salinas, Ecuador. And we get this all to ourselves. There's no other rooms up here. And it isn't any higher price than any other rooms. So, the beach is right there. One thing I noticed about Salinas is it's a lot drier than Cuenca. Now when I say drier, I mean you have the moisture from the ocean, but it's not cloudy. You know, it's clear and it's sunny, and it's, you know, if you prefer that, for sunny days with comfortable breezes, this is amazing. Salinas, it's also kind of, it's a bit cleaner than some of the smaller towns we've seen north. Like, it's not as muddy either, right?
Well, the streets are paved.
The streets are paved?
Some of the beach towns that we've been to up north, they don't have paved streets.
Yeah, it's just mud.
And when it rains a lot, that tends to cause a problem.
You can't help but notice during muddy season how muddy it is. Or, excuse me, rainy season. Rainy season, muddy season, same thing, right?
This is the pool area of the hotel that we're staying at. And then you have the views. A lot of hotel for the price.
Yeah, and you know, you come up here to the pool area, and there's plenty of terrazzo here too. You don't have to just rent the top floor in case that's already taken. You can always come up to the pool area here and have just a wonderful view. So.
The only unfortunate thing about it at this time is they're doing a lot of construction on a new condominium complex coming up right here.
Well, it's a little noisy.
A little noisy. But it's not in the evening. They
not after 5, yeah. When you get off work. So I feel like, you know, it's pleasant. It's really pleasant here, you know, and it's the ocean's great. Right here is a little bit of a bay, right in the Salinas yacht or marina area is a little bit of a bay. The beach is okay, but there's a lot of boats there. There's not a lot of swimming. You know, it's
not a very wide beach.
It's not a bad beach, but I mean, you know, I've been to bigger and nicer, but it's not a bad beach as far as views and ambience and feel. Right here in the front is a little touristy area, which is called Miramar, and that's where the boardwalk is. I'd like to see what it's like further out away from Condo Alley. I think that the beaches are, they appear that they might be a little more pristine, a little more waves, a little more actual pristine ocean surf kind of thing. You know, here it seems really docile and you know, so there's a lot of boats, you know, so, but you know, it looks nice. It's nice to look at, and it feels good. All right, well, hey, we're gonna enjoy it. Hasta luego. See you later.
What you doing, Frugal Frank?
Just enjoying my frugality here in Salinas.
So tell me, how can you be enjoying frugality when you have a nice pool like this and beautiful views?
I think that the parallel is, you know, we've talked about getting away from the center in Cuenca. Well, here you would get away from Condo Alley. You know, you can rent oceanfront $500 a week, $1,000 a month, or more, you know, depending on how luxurious you want. So, you know, you just branch out from Condo Alley and you just don't ever know what you're gonna find, you know, and how much you're gonna save, really.
So is this branched out from Condo Alley?
Well, it's not.
Looks like a bunch of condos.
Well, it's not far from it, but it's just like in Cuenca. You don't really have to go that far from the center. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like you don't have to, you know, drive. You don't have to drive. You know, you don't have to go. It's not like you have to go 20, 30 miles out or anything. You know, you just have to go a little further out than the average tourist. You know. The average tourist, the average traveler. So, but yeah, we love finding amazing places for more reasonable prices than what is normally quoted.
So was this a pretty reasonable price here?
It's a little more reasonable than what's quoted within the expat circles. I wouldn't say it's budget or rock bottom, but it's definitely reasonable for what you get. You know, the building is new, and all the furniture is contemporary and new. The pool's nice, it's quiet. The view is magnificent. Come over here and look at this. Come over here and look at this. Okay, and that's our suite right up there. That's the terrazzo floor, and there's only one room there, and we've got that whole floor to ourselves.
Frugal Frank and Angie suite. Alrighty then. Here's our room.
Of course, it's off season. There's nobody here in the pool area, so I'm pleasantly surprised with Salinas. I didn't know what to expect, and you know, when you go to the mainstream sites, there's a lot of hype and a lot of high prices. But again, our techniques do work, and I'm just pleasantly surprised with Salinas. I think I could feel comfortable here. I could live here, you know, and but I'm not sure yet. But I think I could. You know, but all right, well, thank you very much for watching, and hasta luego. Frank and Angie, Frugal Frank and Angie in Salinas.